Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our English podcast series. I'm Emma.
And I'm Mike. Today, we're going to dive into the world of prepositions.
That's right. Prepositions are small but mighty words that show the relationship between a noun or pronoun and other parts of a sentence.
We'll be discussing what prepositions are, their uses, types, and common mistakes people make. And we'll have some interactive exercises where you can join in and pick out the prepositions.
If you find the podcast speed too fast, we encourage you to adjust the playback speed to 0.75x. On mobile, click the gear or settings icon at the top of the video screen. On desktop, you'll find the settings icon at the bottom right corner of the video.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Let's get started. Segment 1. What is a preposition? So, Mike, what exactly is a preposition?
A preposition is a short word that shows the relationship between nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other parts of the sentence. They are usually found before a noun or pronoun.
Correct. For example, in the sentence, she sat on the chair, the word on is the preposition.
It shows the relationship between she and chair. Here's another example. The cat is under the table. Can you spot the preposition in this sentence, Emma?
Yes, the preposition is under.
Great. And what does it tell us?
It tells us the position of the cat in relation to the table. Segment 2. Uses of prepositions.
Prepositions have several key uses in English. They can show direction, time, position, or location, and spatial relationships.
Right. For example, prepositions can show direction, like in the sentence, she walked to the store. The preposition to shows direction.
They can also indicate time. For instance, the meeting starts at 9 a.m. Here, at is the preposition showing time.
They denote position or location too. For example, the book is on the table. The preposition on indicates the book's position.
And spatial relationships like the cat is under the chair. The preposition under shows the spatial relationship.
Now that we've discussed their uses, let's move on to the different types of prepositions. Segment 3. Types of prepositions.
Prepositions can be categorized into several types based on their functions.
First, we have prepositions of time such as on, in, and at. These show when something happens.
For example, we will meet on Friday. The preposition on shows the time.
Next are prepositions of place, like under, over, between, and in front of. They indicate where something is.
For instance, the cat is under the table. The preposition under shows the place.
Then we have prepositions of direction, such as to, from, toward, and into. These show where something is going.
An example is, she walked toward the park. The preposition toward shows direction.
Lastly, we have prepositions of spatial relationships, like above, below, next to, and between. They show spatial relationships.
For example, the airplane flew above the clouds. The preposition above shows the spatial relationship.
Segment 4. Examples of prepositions used in sentences. Let's see some prepositions in action. Here are a few sentences with prepositions. Your job is to identify the prepositions. Ready?
I'll start. I will be going to the library in the morning. Can you pick out the prepositions, Emma?
Yes, the prepositions are to and in.
Correct. Here's another one. She placed the book on the table.
The preposition is on.
Exactly. One more. He is hiding behind the door.
The preposition is behind.
Great job. Now let's look at a list of the most popular prepositions for everyday communication.
Segment 5. List of most popular prepositions for everyday communication. Here are some commonly used prepositions in everyday communication. On, at, in, over, around, through, opposite, behind, beneath, beside, above, below, under, next to, by, until, and about.
Let's use them in some sentences. I have a meeting at 3 p.m.
The preposition is at. The keys are on the table.
The preposition is on. She walked through the park.
The preposition is through. He lives next to the school.
The preposition is next to.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about some commonly confused prepositions. Segment 6. Commonly confused prepositions.
Prepositions like in, On and at can be confusing because they are used to depict both time and place.
Right. For instance, in can be used for general locations like neighborhoods, cities, and countries. I live in New York.
On is used for more specific locations like streets or floors. She lives on the 3rd floor.
And at is used for very specific locations. Meet me at the park.
These prepositions can also be used for time. In for general times like months, years, and centuries. He was born in 2000.
On for days and dates. We will meet on Monday.
And at for specific times. The event starts at 5 p.m.
Understanding these uses can help avoid confusion. Now, let's answer some frequently asked questions about prepositions. Segment 7. Frequently asked questions on prepositions in English.
Our first question is, what is a preposition?
A preposition is a short word that shows the relationship of nouns, pronouns, or phrases with other parts within the sentence.
Next question, what are the different types of prepositions?
Prepositions can be divided into prepositions of place, time, direction, location, and spatial relationships.
Another question, can you end a sentence with a preposition?
Yes, it's acceptable to end a sentence with a preposition if the alternative would create confusion or sound overly formal.
Great answers, Emma. Let's move on to some exercises to make this more interactive.
Segment 8. Interactive exercises. I'll read a sentence, and you, our listeners, have to identify the preposition. Ready?
She arrived at the airport.
Can you spot the preposition? Correct. The preposition is at.
Here's another one. The book is on the shelf.
Can you find the preposition? Right. The preposition is on.
Let's do a few more. He walked through the park.
What's the preposition here? Yes, it's through.
Last one. They sat beside the fireplace.
Can you identify the preposition? Correct. It's beside.
Great job, everyone.
Segment 9. Common mistakes with prepositions. Now, let's discuss some common mistakes people make with prepositions.
One common mistake is using in instead of at for specific locations. For example, saying I'm in the park instead of I'm at the park.
Another mistake is using on instead of in for general times. For example, I was born on 1,990 inches should be I was born in 1990.
Also, using at instead of in for larger places. For example, she lives at New York should be she lives in New York.
Understanding these common errors can help improve your usage of prepositions.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the end of today's episode on prepositions.
We hope you found this episode helpful and engaging. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel.
And remember, if you find the podcast speed too fast, adjust the playback speed to 0.75x. Thanks for joining us today.
Until next time, keep practicing your English skills.